opening statement. We'll have student athlete Q&A, let them go to get the rest for tonight, and then we'll throw it open for a few more. Coach, your thoughts and congratulations on the win.
First of all, thank you very much. We'd love to give God all the glory for the victory tonight. Missouri Southern has an outstanding basketball team, and they're well coached by Robert Korn. Their kids play very, very hard, and we want to give them a lot of credit for having a great season. I'm very proud of our kids. We knew this was going to be a very tough battle. We had seen them on tape, and they were preseason number 2 in the nation early, and you can see why. And you know, we had so much respect in preparing for this team. They're very versatile, and it took a tremendous game plan for us to put together. You know, Coach Chris and Jabbar, the rest of the staff just did a tremendous job of preparing for this game, and our guys took the game plan to the floor. They executed the game plan, and there were some, you know, very, very significant things we had to do in this game to make sure that we had an opportunity to win it, and I thought our guys carried out that in the game. So our hats are off. I mean, great victory for us and against an outstanding team from Missouri Southern.
And our person with the microphone will pass the mic to you so we can stream this on the NCAA site, and we'll take questions for the 2 student athletes before we go back to Coach.
Coach Reisman, how big was the pressure defense and being able to force some turnovers and score off those early in the second half as y'all started to pull away there?
Well, you know, we had to press out on them some because they have such outstanding shooters from 3, and then you have to press out on them a little because they get that ball into the big kid, and he's such a good player and got great hands and great feet. And so I thought our game plan, you know, the way we tried to, you know, really tried to get Wes in there and kind of squeeze him a little bit. Fabian did a great job on him. You're not going to hold him back for the whole night. He's an outstanding player. But I thought, you know, what we did in our game plan was very significant in how we won the game, like I said, Brad.
Fabian, going against the South Central Regional Player of the Year down there in Keene Thoman, did that get you more excited for the game, knowing that he had such a powerful presence going against you?
Yeah, a little bit. It kind of got me going, just because he's the Player of the Year in our region. It got me going just a little bit.
Coleman, the way you ended the first half with the bucket right before halftime, it kind of seemed like y'all just carried that surge into the second half. Just talk about fighting back after you got down by a little bit, and then, you know, just taking it over in the second half.
I just thought we stayed aggressive. We did a good job on defense. We were trying to keep the ball out of the paint, trying to keep Tolman from getting the ball, and I thought we did a pretty good job on that, and rotating on defense, which led to some turnovers, and we just kept our momentum going throughout the second half and executed our game plan, which was to grind them out, and they're a really good team, and we just did our best against them.
Coach, did you feel like that Fabian and Wes maybe had a big advantage and used that from an athletic standpoint against the bigger Thoman inside?
Well, you know, I mean, he's big, so you can't go through him. So, you know, you have to go around him. I thought they did a good job of going around him, you know, and getting around him that way instead of trying to go up through him. You're not going to go up through him. And we don't see many players that large this year that, you know, he's really got great feet and he's got great hands, and that's what's, you know, really impressive about him. And so we told Fabian and Wes both they have to go around and try to use their speed and agility and instead of try to power through him. And I thought that they did a good job tonight by executing that part of our game plan offensively.
Coach, you got another new opponent in Arkansas Tech coming up, another team you guys haven't seen much of this year. What do you guys have to do to get prepared in such short time?
Well, I told them when they leave the locker room, you know, that the celebration is over. So get ready to go back and look at film, and we got to break down a lot of film tonight. You know, it's something that these guys have been in the NCAA tournament before, and you know, they understand what we have to do. You know, this is a brutal South Central region. There are some great teams here, and it's going to be a tough fight every night. And you know, we got to go back and prepare. I told them in the locker room, I'm not using fatigue for an excuse in this tournament. We're going to go play hard again tomorrow night, and we're going to go give our best shot. We're going to try to put a game plan together here in the next 24 hours. And this is, you know, we have some seniors on this team that have been through this before, and we're going to try to do their very best job against an outstanding Arkansas Tech team.
For all y'all, it just seemed like a second half easier to attack the basket, a lot of layups. Did y'all, I mean, wear them down? Did you just do things differently at halftime? It just seemed like y'all got a lot of points in the paint second half.
Well, we kept just kept grinding it out. I mean, sooner or later, you know, with what we do, we hopefully can, you know, we can get a team, you know, a little bit tired, and we just kept grinding it, and we just kept trying to get the ball into the paint, and some holes finally opened up for us. And I thought we were, I thought we were even a little bit more aggressive in the second half than we were the first. You know, there's both teams. You know, when you play in this tournament, you know, young men have jitters. It's a nervous time in that first 5 or 6 or 7 minutes, and that's only human for these players and coaches to feel like that. And you're tight a little bit when the game starts. And you know, I was really proud. You know, we went up, and then they went up, and then we caught them, and then I think both teams started to settle into what they wanted to do. And I think the team that can settle into it the quickest and not turn the ball over and give the other team, you know, easy possessions and waste possessions for you, and you have to rebound the ball at this time of the year, then you're probably going to have an opportunity to execute your game plan and win.
Coleman, I know you felt kind of limited last week with the painful calf injury. How has that improved throughout this week, and how good did it feel today? Because you played a lot of minutes out there.
It felt great today. Last week, I've just been in the training room with Pedro. Pedro's done an amazing job, and I feel like I'm back to where I was before I got injured. I don't see it holding me back at all, and we just had a good week of practice and a good week of treatment, and I was ready to go today.
We've got time for one more question for either one of the players. Guys, go get your rest, watch a lot of tape, and we have Coach just stay for about 2 more questions, and we'll congratulations, guys. We'll have Coach. Thanks. Final two questions for Coach Reisman.
Coach, Missouri Southern hit 10 of its first 20 shots, and then for the next 15 minutes or so, they really had trouble putting the ball in the basket. Were there any defensive adjustments you all made, or?
Yeah, I mean, we did a couple of things over there when we called timeout, because they really did start off 50% shooting. We saw that, and we've been giving up about 36 all year long, and you know, they were doing some things. It's hard when you only get to look at about one tape, and even it's hard for them too. I mean, it's you know, to try to get everything off a tape, and we were kind of picking up some, you know, our kids. We were trying to pick up some of the things that we thought they were going to do, only they were doing them a little bit different. And so those are the adjustments you have to make quick in a game like this. And we were able to adjust really quickly in our huddle and with some of the plays they were running and how we wanted to cover them and make some minor adjustments. And I thought our kids finally made those adjustments, because if you didn't, they were going to continue. They were getting some good looks early.
I have a final question for Coach from 2 back here. Yeah.
Well, other than Midwestern, you're the only Lone Star Conference team that's won in this gym the last 3 years. Do you have any? Do you have a comfort zone here that you think? I mean, against other opponents?
Well, first of all, I'm glad to see you're here. I'm glad you're doing better. I'm glad you're here. You know, this is Midwestern and Tarleton. You know, this has been a tough place. We lost in a triple overtime here this year, and then we won here last year, and it's just been I personally, I like to come here. They got, you know, it's a great city. You know, I like the facility. We've enjoyed it. We've had some great games in here my last 25 years, and so, you know, it's at a facility that we're familiar with, and so hopefully we can continue to win here and try to get to the next step.
And one last question for Coach.
Coach, I asked Coleman about how much better he felt after
Yes.
the week off. What about Warren? He came in and gave you a couple big tip-ins there during the second half.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate and very blessed, Brad. Both had severe injuries here about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and I didn't know if they were going to recover or not. And they both have worked very, very hard, been blessed, and they're both back on the road to, you know, mending. I think Coleman's at least 95% right now. I think Webb's close to 90% right now, and so it's just glad to get them back in our rotation, because you can't expect to go very far at this time of the year without your best players and your rotational players ready to go. And luckily, our training staff has done a tremendous job of getting them ready, and they've done a tremendous job of working hard with our training staff. And so, again, we've been blessed, and I'm happy that they're able to play, because Webb's a senior and Coleman's getting tremendous experience as a sophomore in this tournament.
Coach, congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you very much, both.